excited to have you back here with me today. So let's jump right in because we have a lot of things to cover. In first grade, you will be writing stories or compositions. We're going to do a lot of work, focusing in especially on a personal narrative. Personal narratives are a story about yourself. A story about yourself. Say it with me. A story about yourself. Your turn. So let's say I wanted to write a story about the time I went on a cruise. That would be a personal narrative because that's about me. There are steps when we're writing stories. This is called the writer's process. The writer's process goes like this. You brainstorm, that means you come up with a topic in your head. You plan it out, and that means maybe you use a story map or a story mountain to plan out what you're gonna write about. Then you write your story. That means you take your pen to your paper and you write it all out. Then you revise. That means you take some things out, you add some things in, and make it the perfect story you want to write about. Then you edit it, which means you cut some things out, then you scan to make sure that everything is spelled perfectly, and you make sure that you have all your capitals and your punctuation, and it's amazing, and it's perfect, and great, and you are happy with it, and then you publish it. And that means you show it to your friends and your family, and we all love it and read it and give you all sorts of accolades because you did such a great job. That's the writer's process. The writer's process, right? But before we could get to the writer's process, we need to look at the story elements. The story elements. The story elements are the part of a story. The parts of a story. These are the parts that every good writer has in their story. It makes the story really, really juicy and really, really interesting to read. It's the setting, when and where the story takes place, the talking characters, who is talking in the story. Oops, a problem. Attempts to resolve. I'm trying lots of things and it does not work. And yes, a solution. When I've solved the problem. Yes. We can use a story map to help us plan our stories. In this story, I told about a time I went to the park. I went to the park. I was with my parents. I kept falling off my bike. My dad kept helping me back on. I rode down the hill. Yes. The setting is the park. The setting is the... If the setting is the park, who are my talking characters? Who are my talking characters? You're right. The talking characters are my parents. I kept falling off my bike. Oops, a problem. I couldn't stay on my bike. I kept falling off. Attempts to resolve. My dad kept helping me back on, but I kept falling off. But then, yes, a solution. I finally rolled down the hill when I learned to balance. I used a story map. To help me plan my story. You can use a story map too to help you plan your story. Have a parent or guardian help you draw out a story map. And then I want you to write about the time you went to the park. Figure out the setting, the talking characters, the problem, the attempts to resolve, and the solution. And draw little pictures in each of the boxes. Then write a sentence for each box, just like I did. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. Thanks for watching. Bye.